Right, yeah. So some of the ingredients on there, like the BioPQQ, which is a micronutrient, which is a strong antioxidant, it protects mitochondria from oxidative damage. And it actually, in studies, has been shown to grow fresh mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of everybody's cells. So, I mean, if you really want to support that for extra
Stay there,
energy.
Dr. Group. InfoWarsLife.com. DNA Force is back in. This. I'm going to go to Dr. Group on Ebola. I'm ranting, but Dr. Group, before we get into Ebola and the shocking news on that front today, talking about the awakening. I mean, I've had dinner with you, hung out with you and your wife last week when you were here in town. You're a really smart guy. You were in Army Special Operations, did a lot of interesting things. You've seen behind the curtain. What do you call this awakening, and am I overestimating it or underestimating it?
No, I think that, you know, like yourself, I mean, I'm really involved at looking at more or less the eugenics part of it, how everything ties together with the healthcare. Hey, I was, like you said, you were a Republican. I was all into pharmaceuticals and wanted to be a medical doctor until I started finding out the truth and started digging deeper and digging deeper. And now I'm looking at it as, what's going on and how this is affecting the masses all over the world. And I think that we're at a tipping point. I mean, we're at the maximum. Well, I wouldn't say maximum, but like you said, I mean, even
we're approaching the maximum. We're approaching event horizon.
Houston, I'm starting to see Homeland Security cars driving around. We have a whole building being built downtown for Homeland Security. So you see Homeland Security working with the local police departments. But at the same time, I have Houston Police Department officers that come by here that tell me that they see what's going on inside. They are waking up. So it's a 50-50 thing. You have the positive and the negative. Sometimes you have more negative, and then all of a sudden you'll have more positive. So it's really, I would say, the strongest fight right now in healthcare, in politics, I mean, all the way around, which is happening, and people are waking up. I'd like to think people would wake up a little bit faster, but the main thing that I've been focusing on is teaching people how to wake up by getting healthier and supporting their body's natural immune system and supporting their self-healing mechanism, because really that's what it all comes down to. I mean, if you look at every single aspect that the globalists have used through poisoning the air and the food and the water, I mean, it's all designed really to dumb you down, to make you mentally retarded, to, lower your IQ levels, to affect your body so you're sick, to instill fear into your system, which drops your immune system by 50%. So getting the word out to people about how they can keep their immune system strong, how they can keep their bodies clean, how they can avoid all that, how they, just knowing the information, how they can protect themselves against fear. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest things out here, with this Ebola.
The way I do it is I take action against something, and then that calms me down and makes me feel good.
Well, exactly. I'm not scared of anything because I've taken action, and many of your listeners have taken action too. They know what to do. I mean, if you know what to do with an Ebola outbreak, if you know what to do with a pandemic, you've prepared for all that. You've got food storage. You've got a place to go. You've stocked up on, silver. You've stocked up on iodine. You've stocked up on the things that are going to protect your cells, DNA Force, all that stuff that's there to protect you and to boost your own immune system and to keep your body strong, and you have a plan, then there's nothing to fear. I mean, if you understand how the globalists and how all those individuals operate, and you just look at why are they breaking all the rules here? Why is Obama signing executive order to, that can force
That's it. They're moving on all fronts now. They don't care anymore. I've never seen so much corruption. What does that signify to you as an indicator?
Just the fact of how they've handled this Ebola situation, if you look at the supposedly pandemics in the past with swine flu, H1N1, I would say this is by far the worst scenario that we've been in, just because the way the government and the World Health Organization is handling the situation, bringing people into uninfected countries. I mean, this is like insane. You quarantined an area with a potential pandemic.
Little short one left with Dr. Grube. Getting serious here, it's really becoming obvious what they're up to, what they're doing, and they're really moving in trying to stop folks from getting high-quality supplements like X2 and the DNA Force and the OcuPower. Everybody can see what it's done for me. They've seen and heard the testimonials. Here are a couple of them that have come in right here. Tell folks about some of the testimonials you've been seeing yourself on DNA Force, X2, you name it, Dr. Grube.
I mean, you know, out of thousands of people that have used it, online there's 4 or 5 stars. I mean, mostly like 4.5 stars. We hardly ever get anybody that sends a product back. I mean, but that's what we're about. I mean, we don't create products that are second best. I mean, our products are guaranteed to be the best in the world. I mean, if you can find a better product out there, we'll buy it for you, and we've never even had that.
Well, Obamacare is a better product, doubles or triples prices, gets rid of your doctor, and creates euthanasia squads and death lists for veterans. I mean, what's wrong with that?
You know, that's a pretty bad, it's a disaster, actually. I mean, Obamacare is doing nothing but addressing the root cause. And listen, the medical profession has never focused on the root cause. They do not want you to know what causes disease. They don't want you to know how to fix disease. I mean, all they want you to do is get on their medications and eventually die. I mean, that's why people need to look away from. Now, don't get me wrong. If you get in a car accident, you have broken bones, emergency situations, we have the best medical system in the world. But as far as
Quiet, Dr. Grube. No, Obamacare, love you.
Yeah, I don't know about Obamacare now. We'll see how that works out because, you know, pretty soon I'm sure somebody will get in a car accident and they'll be bleeding to death, and then they'll wait 5 hours to approve the Obamacare insurance plan.
No, that's what they do.
They'll bleed out. So I can't say that anymore, but I mean, our doctors are at least trained to save your life. Now, you know, I don't know.
Well, sure, the doctors are against Obamacare, almost all of them. Look, people need to get DNA Force because literally one ingredient cost us upwards of $40 a bottle just for the one ingredient, and there's a whole bunch of ingredients in there. But the Bio-PQQ, a whole bunch of other ingredients, InfoWarsLife.com, go read about them. That's why it's $130 a bottle, or $129 a bottle. Leading competitors that aren't even as strong, folks, are $300 to $600 or even more. This is a true nutraceutical in every sense of the word at an incredibly low price, and it helps us fund our operation here. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And, of course, you can also get our colloidal silver. It's $19.95, and some of the best out there. InfoWarsLife.com.
Thank you for listening.
Or 888-253-3139. Or there's Obamacare, which loves you. It's for the children. You can always have that.